For every show on old Broadway, a whole lot more get thrown away. Garbage musicals.
Hello, my dear, thanks for meeting me here in the parking lot of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Darling, now please, it gives me unease that you're sitting here picketing my work as a physicist.
I know, but darling, you must understand. My people need me, we're taking a stand. You know that I love you, but I stand my ground. You'll never convince us that our earth is round.
Your people, darling, are nothing to me. I only love you and I hope that you see. Even though you think the earth is a disc, a small disagreement I'm willing to risk.
So take my hand, we'll travel the land, cross oceans and sand, over mountains so grand. Then maybe we'll help each other understand that gravity's a myth,
That satellites are real,
that our love is not a conspiracy. I'd walk 1,000 miles to the edge of the dome that covers our home to be with you.
I'd calculate a trajectory using Earth's curvature if it would ensure we'd be together.
But what if my lover's a government?
To all judges, First and Second Appellate Division, Superior Court, New York City, Court of Appeals, Albany, New York, U.S. Supreme Court, Washington, D.C. I write demanding a rehearing of my worse than lowest deadly gangster police state criminal conviction, which appeal case was in your farce, deadly gangster, ghetto communist, gangster computer god-manipulated gangster court. Below I state some of the many reasons for said rehearing, plus all of my evidence the Attorney General chicanerously forwarded to the Bar Association Grievance Committee for prosecution of felon gangster mafiotic negroidic, the Black Frank Gelada, a gangster judge, therefore unprosecutable. The blackish, menial, negroidic in appearance and demeanor, felon, vicious, parroting puppet, ex-district attorney Nassau County, with no private law experience, detested by all factions, in spite of this solely because of his many-year secret gangsterization and crucifixion of me, this negroidic, low, mafionic, deadly Black Frank Gelada was then immediately and unprecedentedly and repeatedly, rapidly promoted in spite of tremendous opposition to the present position of second highest state judgeship solely through gangster computer god manipulation. As additional evidence, during the last week of my within-mentioned month-long, worse-than-a-farce Nazi court criminal trial in Nassau County Court, 1958, where dwarfed felon gangster parroting puppet rectum lapper sodomist Judge William Sullivan's ball of fat felon slut wife, she, as planned, sat in the front row, repeatedly stripping her overclothes and completely pulling up her dress and slip and pulling aside her old-fashioned pink bloomers in order to display her anus, her conch. She repeatedly gesticulated and whispered, "I'll give it to you to suck. Finish him." Her husband, dwarfed felon gangster...
What? What just happened? I was already fucked up enough before I heard that.
I know. So you want to intro what you had an idea for this show? Let everyone know, and then we'll continue with this video. I wanted to hear. I wanted to intro you first.
This is the WeirdoZ show. Is it a show?
Yeah, it's the new show.
This is the WeirdoZ brand. Just kidding. This is the WeirdoZ company, and we're into a lot of weird shit, like watching people be high on drugs, and lots of spectating.
No, you're too high to intro your shit. All right, so you sent me this an interesting fellow. You said, "Hey, we should do a show about this," and then from there, it was just a spiral of me and you trying to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and everything. But it spiraled from you showing me that to, I want to say, a 6-hour Wikipedia rabbit hole for me. To like,
Oh, really?
and then like after I messaged you back, I said, "Yeah, we're fucking on for this show. Let's do it."
Oh, the Michael Aquino.
Yes.
Oh
But
yeah.
if it wasn't for you sending that to me, it wouldn't have been WeirdoZ. It would have just been, Lou and
It
the
all
Magic
starts
Dude.
with the eyebrows, and then he's got you. He's
Yeah.
got you hooked with the
But-
eyebrows.
Welcome to WeirdoZ / Weird
WeirdoZ.
Conversations. It actually, I think the name would
With
be
a Z.
depending- with a Z. The name depends on how you want to call it, or I guess
fine.
it would fit. If we do a serious show, it'd be Weird Conversations. A regular show would be Weirdo. It doesn't matter. WeirdoZ is it is, and this is a very shitty start to a very interesting show.
Weird Conversations is just it's more you put on your tie when you go to the conversation.
Well, the original
This is
concept
this is
was
more like
serious based, and then it changed over time to let's just meet in the middle, and it's like serious subjects but a fun spin to them, like organic
This-
spin, I guess.
this is casual whatever day of the week it is.
Casual Friday, khakis and a Hawaiian shirt. That's what we're doing. But
Gotcha.
we got some time with this Francis E. Declan Esquire.
Keep playing this. I liked this video.
Yeah, but this is WeirdoZ. We have weird conversations, and today's goal is to dive so deep, Lou wants to kill himself or watch kitten videos, or we just have a lot of just weird rabbit holes to go down. Whatever gets thrown at us, whatever we find. But
I just found another Amon video.
you
If
did?
you didn't notice,
Yeah, I see-
I dropped it in the playlist, so it's yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, Sandwich. I have a personal Discord I'm gonna start using for this show, and I'm gonna invite everybody. It's gonna be reorganized.
Hey,
for
Savage.
But
I gotta
Gail is a good one. Gail. Medicare covered Gail, right? Anyways, I'll continue playing the rant.
Parroting puppet rectum lapper sodomist Judge William Sullivan, flushed-faced in repeated open sodomistic displays, stuck out his tongue, wiggling it, chuckling to her. You hangman rope gangster felon parroting puppet scum on top playboys can watch my Frankenstein eyesight television playback of this felonious lowly sodomistic display by the felon
This dude has a lot of polysyllabic words he uses in a row. He would be an amazing lyrical rapper in 2021.
sodomist Judge William Sullivan and his lowly felon slut wife during my trial in Nassau County Court.
Triple
My
entendres.
worse than Nazi court criminal conviction, crucifixion.
shit.
For years in
Called the
poverty, I
judge's
suffered
wife a
hopeless,
slut.
jobless, character assassination, and isolation in this low, deadly nigger town. I was the repeat target
Wow.
victim of this gangster government's gangsterization
Sandwich, what is
and
Gail's last
undetectable
name?
extermination attempts to shut
look
me
into-
up
I'll pull
forever
that
with
up.
my secrets. Then, in December 14th to 17th,
guy
1965,
speaks like
I
as
attempted
good
to
as Hitler.
escape this worst mongrel gangster communist
I never
country
listened
to
to Hitler
return to the
rants, so I can't
Slovenic Polish
co-sign
land
that.
of my forefathers.
I don't know.
Instead, in
I
a
don't speak
gangster
German,
stage
so-
parroting puppet deadly conspiracy, I was flown from Kennedy, New York airport at night to a small distant St. Lawrence River
Schneitz and
estuary,
Schneitz.
snowbound small airport under the guise that I was in
also
Warsaw,
posted the
Poland.
Discord link. I think Sandwich. I don't know if I invited you yet, but it's going to be converted to WeirdoZ. I'm going to get rid of a lot of channels. I wanted to use it for gaming, but fuck it.
What's up, Chaco?
Immediately, many things proved this to me, including the two big white asbestos shingled hangars with the large Braniff Airways signs on their sidewalls, in addition to the many blurted statements I solicited from the many CIA deadly gangsters, the assassins of me, the many parroting puppets all around me. I demanded an immediate flight back to Kennedy, New York airport. Instead, I was held captive all night, later in chains. I refused both all food and requests I go to sleep, then
Wait, isn't this the voice of a dude from Coast to Coast?
I don't know, dude. He sounds if he sounds real serious. Like if this is his own charge on somebody, then he's a real one.
Oh, I
He's
got
a real one
list
for
of
sure.
Rants, but I think
That's
the
fucking.
guy that wrote this,
Oh, he's just reading. Yeah, he's just reading the newspaper
yeah, he's just
or
reading the. I think
magazine.
this voice is familiar, but
God forbid it's in a magazine. He found this, but
Well, this guy has a whole bunch of these rants, I guess, and I'm assuming he was arrested at some point and then he's
Francis?
lashing out. Yeah, Francis. He was arrested at
Ah.
some point.
CIA police
We could start off looking at that, or we can do the Aquino.
gangsters pretending to be Polish police with no identification beat me bloodily later while
Is
my
his
return
last
trip
name
707
Jack or
Boeing Jet
December?
airliner was being serviced for my return trip. I quickly walked into the airplane and saw a CIA gangster with a small
What up,
electric
Yosh?
hairdryer type blower pumping deadly poison
What's up,
nerve
Yoshi?
gas smoke into secret compartments
I
under the
wanna say
ashtrays
this
and the
is
arms of
Art-
the chairs where
not
later
Art Bell,
I
but
was
the
ordered
other
to
guy.
sit in the airplane full of CIA underlings, passengers, my assassins, who giggled as they watched me dragged in chains by the airplane by the gangster CIA police gangsters. These deadly gangster CIA passengers, they pressed the frontal panel of the ashtrays and the seat arms to release the deadly poison nerve gas smoke. Indubitably, all of the others deadly CIA underling gangsters aboard this staged return flight, they all had taken the top secret poison nerve
one
gas
of the
antidote
comments,
pill,
in
immuning
this
them from the deadly
rant
poison
is,
nerve gas
just
smoke.
get a copy
Deadly
of this
poison
and
nerve
send
gas
it to
smoke was sprayed at me
whoever
from
called the
cigars,
jury
cigarettes,
duty.
and even from ballpoint pens. Also from the wig of a woman sitting next to me. Even the Swiss cheese type ice cubes were evaporating into poison nerve gas smoke in all of the free drinks. I got up and went to the rear of the airplane by the rear exit door with a large push-up handle. My Frankenstein Brain Thoughts Broadcasting Radio.
My Frankenstein Brain Thoughts Broadcasting Radio disclosed my intentions. That is one hell of a sentence right there.
When do I get to see cows again?
You want to go to cows? Well, we got a couple more minutes left of this, and we'll watch the cows.
Disclosed my intentions. Immediately, the loudspeaker
CIA
screamed that the
deadly
flight was over
gangsters.
and that our airplane was already preparing to land at Kennedy, New York Airport. You hangman rope sneak gangster playboy scum on top know these facts are true, not only from taking part in such undetectable exterminations, but also you chicanerous, demented, felon, parroting puppet gangsters can watch my
You
Frankenstein eyesight
chicanerous?
television
he
playback
said
of all
you
these horrible,
chicanerous.
terrifying, deadly events. When I returned home, Joseph I. Deck, my only brother and deadly felon, murderer, and assassin spy agent against me for this
Yeah, Yoshi, like, I love Burger Boy, but he likes to keep his people a little bit close to the chest. Some of it he'll give away if it's super funny.
If this guy was standing in front of me reading this to me, I'd be like,
I would
"Fuck
shave my head.
you."
I would shave my head
I
and kill
just
my family
not be
for this
listening
guy.
at all. I'm already not listening. I'm just like, damn, this guy just sounds vulgar as fuck in his tone.
No,
His
like,
tone without the words is vulgar.
this
that
guy
makes sense.
is making some.
He's
good
like
points there.
disgusted. He sounds disgusted. It's
Right,
funny.
he's calling calling out the you hangman rope sneak gangster playboy scum on top. Whatever
Yeah.
those facts.
Who's he talking to? Judges in America
I think he's targeting
or
somebody
judgmental people?
specifically.
gangster government. He beat me repeatedly, cursing me that I was not exterminated by all of the poison nerve gas smoke, and that I did the impossible in that I kept awake for 3 days and refused all food in order to prevent my sneak extermination. In accordance with the completely gangster computer god concocted and manipulated statutory laws, one of your gangster court's requisite duties is to automatically rehear my said appeal case because it has been brought to your attention, you hangman rope gangsters, that my entire life was destroyed by you co-conspirators through the gangster government perjured and fabricated criminal conviction of me in order to fulfill the demands of your communist god, the worldwide mad deadly gangster computer god. You deadly parroting puppet felon gangsters already
Sandwich,
know
how
that
can
I
you do
have been
this
and
to me?
am an innocent
How can you give me a little bit of information like that and not? I guess that's content. We're starting off with Francis E. Dicklin.
primary victim and target for destruction and
Oh, that's
extermination because I am a menace to your gangster computer god and that I am worse than defenseless without the gangster protection and control.
All right, I can't do any more of this. My head's starting to hurt, and I want to go buy a rifle.
Yeah, I don't know. I tuned it out.
You shouldn't have done that, brother. Hold up. I think
I heard chicanerous.
No, that's
And he-
Discord. Hold on.
and
Sandwich
he's-
sent in.
I don't know.
Sandwich sent in some shit. Francis, I want the website. Let's go to his rants. I'll just do cherry picking out of these rants because it's all insane. All right, so infrared crusader priest from beyond comprehension. This is Lou, this is exactly the kind of content you wanted to cover. I'm just reading some of these names. Astericism, the true religion of the Slavian people.
Yeah,
Infrared
that's like the
crusader priest from beyond comprehension, or the true history of Nazi Jewmany.
what I was told is they say it's the oldest religion on earth, but I don't know about that.
All right, here, gangster computer god worldwide secret containment policy. The evil metric system conspiracy. All right, I want to hear about the metrics. Wait, hold on. The top secret dual food standard. Long Island lunacy. Oh, there's so many titles I want to click. The Teddy Kennedy letter to all judges. We just heard this one. A terrible prison sentence. Let's talk about the state that can kill you. Toad did a decent video, but it's boring. Declan was a Slav, Polish.
This guy said the N word. He said the C word. That's crazy.
Aimed at commies and black people in deep state. Oh shit.
But he speaks in a fucking like 1940s fucking noir.
So
fucking
Nassau
manner.
County. Where's Nassau County?
So,
New York. All right, so let's do a vicious conspiracy. I'm not going to read it all. Like, there's so much, as you can see right here. So I'll just do one big.
oh,
paragraph.
you're gonna read it?
Yeah, I just want to do one
It's
paragraph.
Francis.
Francis, yeah. I get treating the guy like a joke, but he had some dark turns. Poor bastard died in a veteran's home. Damn. That sucks. All right, so this is respondent's brief statement. So the evidence, people's case. Elizabeth Werschening involved in an automobile accident. I thought this is rants. All right, anyways. On January, whatever, retained the appellant that day for her claim against the operator of the other car. Mrs. Wersching was neither hospitalized for injuries nor treated or examined by any physician, whatever. Where's the insanity?
Where's the juice? Teddy Kennedy. What was that one? Fuck is Teddy?
All right, so I guess some of these are fairly normal. All right, so thereafter, on July 22nd, 1958, at the district attorney's non-existent grand jury hearing to which the defendant appeared through a legal subpoena by the gangster district attorney Frank Gelada, stood in charge of Edward Robinson while Detective Becker sat adjacent to defendant. Defendant was informed to forget about complaining as the accusations of Edward Robinson falsely accusing the defendant of running an ambulance chasing ring of fraudulent accident cases. Defendant was informed that he had no right to object and that defendant was in the district attorney's office subject to immediate arrest and jailing because Mrs. Werschening had new charges against it. Oh, so this is all continuous. In addition to this, Fred Werschening, the wayward, perverted, felonious car thief husband of Mrs. Werschening. No fucking way. Werschening had already admitted to matrimonial troubles with his wife and that he lived with Negro prostitutes and that he ran stolen cars down south. So the husband to Mrs. Werschening is a car thief and sleeps with Negro prostitutes. I wouldn't mind this. Yeah, I wouldn't think he was constantly. Neither would I.
A man of the times. I don't know.
Oh, so this is 50s and 60s also. Well, then how is the fake internet, like the internet gangster?
I like those guys with their arms all fucked up. Those two undercovers or whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm.
Oh, so some of this shit, Francis, released in the early 2000s, but it's from years back. All right, so I want to bookmark this.
1950s, you said?
50s and 60s, but he's been alive forever.
Have you seen the old? Did you know the Ninja Turtles started off as a lewd magazine, a lewd.
Wait, what about what?
Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dude, I'm fucking so stoned right now.
Dude, what the fuck? What the
I know, I
fuck?
just took 2 hits today. The fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What
In
up,
the
Bob?
beginning, they started off as like a bad magazine, like Mad magazine used to be.
Oh,
Yeah,
so TMNT started off as a parody?
or a naughty comic book. You know.
All right, so
Yeah.
this is Francis Declan's wiki. It's kind of small compared to what we just fucking seen. All right. Was an American lawyer and outsider writer who was best known for his typewritten diatribes that he had independently mailed and published from the late 1960s onward. His works are characterized by highly accusatory and vulgar attacks, often making use of conglomerate phrases like mad, deadly, worldwide communist gangster computer god to slander people, groups, or companies. You're a mad, deadly, worldwide communist gangster computer god.
That's awesome.
Yoshi and Sandwich, maybe you, Bob. You guys remember the old like even AP's video? Like,
Is this guy one of the first people to do LSD or something?
Nah, I doubt. I think this guy's naturally like this. But you guys remember when what's his Burnside on the from the Hejas from the Hejas interview that they did, when he would insult people, he just threw a whole bunch of words together. Like Burnside would be somewhat close to saying mad, deadly, worldwide communist gangster computer gods trying to fuck me. It kind of reminded me of Burnside reminds me of this guy.
Some girl told me she had a video that she's gonna send me of what's it say? A house she lived in a few years ago. She lived alone, and she was showing her boyfriend at the time how this shower speaker was loud, and you can hear someone cough and sniff. And I was the only one there.
Oh, so she's saying that she in the background she thought she heard ghosts?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, she got a
Fuck.
video. Fucking. All right, hey guys.
I don't know I don't know how good a video is, huh?
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's interesting to me, you know.
If anything, we'll continue on and I'll just skim through it. All right, so for the people that weren't here when we started, this is kind of like the happy hour basement episode when all 5-6 of us were just talking about conspiracies and shit, going over ghosts and just talking. It's kind of like this, but it's going to dive more to I'm going to laugh at everything.
Real shit. Real shit that impacts our lives somehow.
I don't think Francis Declan is ever going to impact my life.
No.
Francis, yeah,
Michael Aquino. Michael Aquino has.
Oh yeah, we're getting into
possibly,
Michael Aquino.
Or Bill Gates might. Oops, I
Oh.
shouldn't have even said that name.
All right, so Yoshi said Francis was a part of the MK Ultra project. He was in the military, and the dates match up to LSD experimentation. So I gotta listen to some more of this shit. Oh, right here, biography. He was born in New York in 1926 after the outbreak of the Second World War. He enlisted into the United States Army with the rank private. However,
what's up, Mandy? Mandy's in chat. Go ahead. Sorry.
Huh?
Read your Declan.
All right. Sorry.
I said Mandy's in the chat. Jeez.
Oh, what up, Mandy? How you doing? Welcome to my show, and it's called WeirdoZ Conversation. I'm just kidding.
Go on. I like Francis Declan.
Same here. All right, so he remained within the United States for the duration of the war, albeit periodically moving between bases. At one point, being assigned to Yuma Army Air Station. After the war, Declan entered into law, but was disbarred by the state of New York in 1958 and proceeded to make numerous incoherent legal appeals, including an appeal to the Supreme Court. He was admitted to a psychiatric hospital for 60 days in 1961 to 60, and in 1965 attempted to flee his home in Hempstead, New York, for Poland. Declan spent the next 25 years writing and distributing lengthy screeds about the worldwide communist gangster computer god. And so he was on about computers before fucking computers were at the home. Huh. Sandwich, you might have been right. This guy might have been ahead of his time.
Super weird.
and its conspiracy to control the world through electronic mind control devices or influencing machines. These flyers were
I
mailed
gotta
to radio and
memorize.
television
I gotta
stations.
memorize this. What is it? Something computer god?
It's Worldwide Communist Gangster Computer God.
Dude, he was already on with the WWW.
Yeah, like
the worldwide.
The WeirdoZ Weird Conversations.
Dude, that guy's crazy.
Yo,
as fuck.
That's why when Lou said that, I was like, "What, dude? What are you fucking talking about?" But it's. Yoshi said, "Oh, it's Mandy. She risen from the dead." That's fucked up. All right, so he was so he got disbarred. Jeffrey Sconce. All right, so I'll keep this in the background for now. I'll keep the Google. All right, so I got a few things to go over and a lot of other deep dives I want to get into, but I was
Let's watch Epstein.
Epstein. Oh yeah, you
go to
that.
the link that the
got
last
you.
one I sent.
DMs, Gangster Disciple, copy link.
I heard he was alive and well.
I was listening to a podcast and they said he's alive and well.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
Oh, shit. A brain. Oh my god.
Hello everyone, welcome to my temple. Before we begin things, I would like to personally greet each of you. Michael Bloomberg, my good friend. Prince Andrew, you rascal. Professor...
Wait, Burnside is CEO level shit in the tech industry? Or am I confusing different people?
Pinker. Bill.
Wait, who is this crazy haired motherfucker?
Bill.
Hold on.
Professor Pinker.
Professor
Oh
Pinker.
yeah, he's COVID or
Bill.
no, I don't know.
Donald, of course.
I think he was.
What?
I don't know, dude. He's popped
And
into
of course,
my.
my dear friend Albert Wesker.
Pleasure to be here, Jeffrey.
Albert
That's
Wesker
fucking
just photoshopped in these pictures. Oh my god, that's pretty fucking funny.
I'm so happy that
This
you
is
all...
Albert Wesker level fucking conspiracies. Dude, I got, okay, since you brought up Epstein, Epstein's tied to something that happened in like the 70s or the 80s called the, what is it called? The octopus?
could
Oh,
make
I
it
gotta look
here.
into it.
However, I have some dire news.
Sorry, Bob, I got
It
confused.
has come to my attention that one of you, and I'm not sure who, is planning on betraying me.
They got his voice.
I never
Now, I
heard
know
of
wrong.
that
this
several
song,
of you
so-
are planning on running for president, and I'm aware it's no longer cool to be friends with an international human trafficking sex offender, but I do sincerely hope that you all appreciate our friendship more than your ambition.
Jeffrey, if I may, you know that we love you. I mean, you've done so much for each of us. Without your funding, there wouldn't even be an umbrella corporation. Sure, we've had our fights in the past, and yes, we might not agree on all of the issues, but we're all powerful people with a shared interest in protecting our positions within society. We would never betray you, Jeffrey. I just want to piggyback on that point to say, Jeff, I can guarantee you that if someone is going to betray you, it isn't going to be one of us. We're your best friends, Jeffrey. We love you.
You know what? You're right. I love you guys. Now enough serious talk. We came here to party.
Hey, check this out.
This animation's so fucking weird.
Damn, that's weird what Bob just said.
Hold up, gotta go back. I'm trying to find some teenagers
Bob
who
said-
used to prank call and harass friends are now has a big. Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, that's like standard fucking what we've heard of before. Like I heard Charles Manson was from the same town as like Ted Kaczynski or yeah, I think maybe it was Ted Kaczynski. Like weird neighborhood close like fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's weird,
Okay.
man.
All right. So
Life's crazy. That's why we got this show, The WeirdoZ, so we
Yeah.
can figure it all out.
that's true.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, pause it.
Yeah.
Now I get it, dude.
Get what?
Now I get why they did all that bad shit.
Because they were all friends. Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's friends. Did you see how much fun they're having?
Yeah.
Fucking went everybody's dude. Bill with the saxophone was the coolest, man. They get a private show.
Well, we got another.
It all makes sense now.
All right. Well, hopefully it makes sense to me.
15 years
Solid
later.
Snake. Yeah.
I found Epstein.
Wait, are they trying to insinuate Snake gave Epstein a heart attack, just like that happened in the video games?
No. Yeah, hung him in the jail cell.
Aw, it would have been funnier if he died of a heart attack and then Snake decided to hang him so it didn't look like Snake killed him. Oh, hey. High Ridge Estates, thank you for subscribing to Sorcerer YT, even though it's technically now the WeirdoZ channel. Hey!
We would never betray you, Jeffrey.
The G-Man! Is that Putin behind Ocelot?
Yeah.
Or is that
Oh wait,
not
Putin.
James Bond?
No, that's James Bond.
That's fucking funny. All right, so we're talking about Epstein, and you know how I said I kind of want to dig into shit and go as far as we can and see what kind of like unrelated content we can get into. I gotta start. You showed me a meme about Jeffrey Epstein. Let me introduce you. Yeah, no, you sent me the video about Epstein, so now I want to stick with Epstein, and we're gonna do a long-winded web. This is called The Octopus. It was a conspiracy about a software company that developed Promise and a supposed CIA cover-up that ties to many different things. Oh, and the mob is also involved.
I've heard the name Promise Software.
Yeah, it's a big conspiracy, but this big conspiracy has tons of other conspiracies or things that started from this shit. It's weird, and it's kind of adjacent to the Finders, if you know about the Finders.
I've heard of the Finders.
Yeah, this counterintelligence group that ended up trafficking children.
Mm.
God.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched so many fucking documentaries that I'm just like,
you should do some.
Somebody mentions.
Wake the fuck up. I'm just kidding. I'm about to join.
I'll call the guy.
Hey, go ahead. I'll join you.
All right, Johnny, come in here.
Hold on, guys. We need.
Imagine I lived with the guy.
If he actually was able to get coke, I would literally throw your webcam on stream just to have you do it.
Hola, Johnny. Por favor. Just playing.
All right, so the Octopus Promise, like I said, is a conspiracy that involves CIA, the mob, and a couple of different interesting people that are in their own major conspiracies now. But so The Promise is said to be the forerunner to the NSA's PRISM software that was disclosed by the NSA whistleblower, Edward Snowden. And Promise has been forked over. What Promise is a counterintelligence software. Like, it helps countries, keep tabs on people. Like, it's helped for surveillance. But there's also a back door into it. So we sell it to Israel.
They see what connections are being made between the countries, what kind of interaction online.
They sell it to Israel. U.S. gets the back door. They sell it to the U.S. Israel gets the back door. They sell it to Russia. American gets the back door. They sell it to whatever country, or you know what I mean? It's like a web of people spying on each other. Is what it really is. And the person. Okay, hold on. I want to read this because it names a few people that will spawn different webs. The Finder stuff as well. Well, Samich, this is kind of. I think the Finders are involved with this at some point. I could be wrong, but the Finders. Oh man, there's an alternate reality game that leads to the Finders. That's how I found out about them. But anyways, Promise stands for Prosecutors Management Information System, and was software first used by the U.S. Department of Justice and later numerous intelligence agencies, domestic and foreign. The software was stolen from Bill and Nancy Hamilton of Inslaw Corporation and then bugged by Earl Bryan, who was at the time one of the President Ronald Reagan and Vice President George H.W. Bush's envoys to Iran, and Rafi Eitan, who was the director of Israeli intelligence agency Lachem. Promise was then distributed to allies and enemies alike, backdoored with SIGINT surveillance technology accessible to U.S. Israeli intelligence. So the U.S. and Israel, the Israeli intelligence services all like backdoored each other with this program that was sold by an American company. It's like 6 degrees with.
Sounds very naughty.
And pedophiles aren't involved with the original story, but the web.
Well, of course not.
The web that spreads out eventually gets to Epstein.
They're an end of the tentacle.
And then from Epstein, like, you could pull the bullshit Sargon thing where it's like, well, Epstein had this guy who's friends with this guy, so I'm related to this guy. You know what I mean? We could do that. But
Didn't that have an octopus at the top of that article too?
Yeah, it's called the octopus because
just making sure. I was like, why did I just
say major conspiracies we know of now are somehow tied to someone or something with this. That's why it's so
symbols,
crazy.
Man. All right, yeah, this is the first show. I didn't even say like, okay, when I was in college, I had a Freemason for a teacher.
We just kind of jumped right into this, but I wanted to run through the overlay with this, and then
he was an interesting guy. He talked a lot about symbolism. And,
what about symbolism did he talk about?
Signs. I mean, he just said the same thing that all Freemasons say, and he said that I've heard them say on like YouTube videos and shit. And he said that everything. What did he say? Signs and symbols rule the world.
Yeah.
He told us
it's
because we're in graphic design and advertising marketing. So and I started noticing like in the last, I don't know, decade, like more like symbols, like straight up symbols, like runes and shit.
Oh.
You know, like incorporated in people's logos and shit in their branding.
McDonald's
over the years, it's been interesting to watch like paganism.
McDonald's is quite
rise up into the mainstream.
The double arches to McDonald's is quite literally, well, it's rounded, but if you like kind of like edged it off, it would be a rune. But so we learned about. I'll tell a story why I got into this after I cover this octopus thing. But,
you went down a super rabbit hole.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gave me a meme, and the meme sparked interest, and that's the point of this. Like, you know, just if we catch something that catches us, let's go. All right, so this was primarily so they created a software to bug the U.S. and Israeli, and they both had backdoors to each other. Then they distributed it to other places that both these countries had backdoors to. Is what it is, and it was the first like program that spawned the. What was it? To the PRISM software.
That's crazy talk.
Now.
Sork, calm down. We can't finish reading this. What you're saying is crazy talk.
Hey, it's all right here.
I gotta bail, man. No, I'm just playing.
You're gonna call Lachem on me. All right, so
I gotta bail, bro.
the company
My phone's bugged.
hold on, this was done. So all this shit was facilitated through the Bryan's company, Hadron, and Systematics Inc., run by Jackson Stevens, as well as Mossad-linked super spy media mogul Robert Maxwell, who was also said to have been involved with the Russians, then Soviets at the time. So there's 3 legs right there for the octopus. Besides Hadron and Systematics Inc., there were others involved in the theft and sale of the software, including the following individuals: Adnan Khashoggi, Richard Armitage.
Khashoggi.
Fuck off, you pierogi eating
Adnan
bitch.
Khashoggi.
You eat pierogies. Leave me the fuck alone. And Man Muncher Gorbachev, to name a few. I'm not going to pronounce that name, so it's Man Muncher. According to the letter sent to the United States Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Division, William F. Weld, discussing conspiracy to sell promise to Sheikh Lad bin Mahfouz as a gift.
Sheikh.
But as
Sheikh Mahfouz bin Mahfouz. Damn.
Before we even get down to the point, like, are we going to get to the murders and shit?
You follow? Oh, you don't have Twitter, huh?
I'm
the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, Robert Maxwell, Yoshi. That's what I wanted to get to.
The
Robert
Iron
Maxwell.
Sheik's been saying some crazy shit. He's cool.
You know who Robert Maxwell is?
Yeah, he's Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. He's a CIA
If you
operative,
dig deep
double
enough,
agent.
if you actually look through Robert Maxwell, you'll
Very
find that
influential.
he convinced like Jizzle name, whatever her name is, into getting Epstein involved. And Robert Maxwell started Pedophile Island to blackmail. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that, and he taught. They say he taught her everything about blackmail and shit. I mean, that's typical spy shit.
Oh, damn it, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, dude, these people. I just heard the other day. I saw a video yesterday where Timothy Leary said, "Yeah, I know Bill Gates. I know, like he said he said it in a way that conveyed that they're getting close, like they were getting to know each other or something, like, you know."
Yeah.
It was trippy, dude. It's when he's an old man. Timothy Leary, the godfather of LSD.
But anyway,
he's like, it seemed like a good time. It was a Nardwar interview, bro.
What?
Yeah, Nardwar interviews the godfather of LSD.
That's fucking weird.
Oh, I don't know if I put it in the playlist. Hold on.
I don't have a playlist for this. Maxwell is the 9th and last child of Elizabeth Robert Maxwell. Her father operated as a British media empire. Fuck it. I'll just go to his Wikipedia. Back to the octopus. So the octopus, like, involves some dude finding that the program had back doors and it was being ignored and covered up. So this guy threatened to kind of whistleblow, and he was killed. Oh, fuck. I don't want to hear about the history.
Don't you wish you could just see one of those murders one time, like somebody wears a GoPro on their chest while they do their job? Dude, you just want to see what is that like? They sneak in at night.
So did you know that Andy Worski's old co-host JF Garrett got $25K from Epstein as a grant? When was this? Wait, what? JF Gropey got $25K from Epstein, like from a Epstein Foundation thing?
His name's Gropey? Somebody named?
No, it's Garrett.
Garrett. Wait, did you say JF?
Murder. I can't even spell murder right.
Are you talking about... Wait,
JF Garrett. He's a French Canadian motherfucker. That is.
Yeah, right. Dude. That's who you're talking about. The guy on YouTube. I mean.
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber.
That's the only JF Garrett, right?
Wow. I didn't know that was his whole name. I just heard of him as JF.
I
I think
got you.
Epstein
This is
gave
so
him a
fucking hard. I
grant.
can't. Yeah, he got 25K from a grant, I guess. Oh, we got a YouTube.
Wow.
No. Oh shit. There we go. Cool.
I sent you another link.
I got you. Copy. Let's go into this. JF Therapy.
I already forgot what it was, and I was probably supposed to just put it in my playlist.
Oh, fucking Gino.
Oh my Lord, take this soul, lay me at the bottom of the river. The devil has come to carry me home. Lay me
Dude,
at
it's
the
so
bottom,
crunchy.
the bottom of the river.
Bro, it's crunchy.
To a major story.
Huh?
It's super crunchy sounding.
What do you mean?
Back here
For
at
anybody,
home, a
for anybody
billionaire
else, I
financier
don't
is in custody. Sources say accused of trafficking girls in Florida and New York for sex. Jeffrey Epstein, already a convicted sex offender, was arrested.
Billionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested. He was taken into custody overnight at a New Jersey airport. Law enforcement officials tell NBC News he faces 2 counts of sex trafficking for alleged crimes committed in New York and Florida between 2002 and 2005.
Businessman Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in New York Saturday on federal charges related to sex trafficking. The 66-year-old hedge fund manager has long been accused of sexually abusing underage girls. In 2007, he pleaded guilty to 2 prostitution counts in Florida as part of a controversial deal to avoid federal charges.
With a $25,000 check in 2015, I believe.
Wow. This is the Jeffrey Epstein who has like a pedophile island or thing, and is it Clinton?
Well, at the
backer?
time, he had not been found guilty, I believe, of this yet, but there were allegations coming out in the media,
shit,
but I didn't care.
Wait, hold on. JF, come on, bud. The information's out there. He really... In June 2008, after Epstein pleaded guilty to a single state charge of soliciting prostitution from girls as young as 14, he was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Instead of being sent to state prison like the majority of sex offenders convicted in Florida, Epstein was housed in a private wing of the Palm Beach County Stockade, which is like a fucking strict hotel, I'm assuming. And he was able to hire his own security detail and allowed on work release, which means he can go find other little kids. Dude, Jesus Christ. So JF said in 2015 he was given 25K. But it says right here there's a pattern of arrests from dating back to 2008.
The media, but I didn't care. I mean, to me, if you hate pedophiles, you should want to take the money out of their bank account and put it in other people's bank accounts. So from a moral perspective, I was totally fine with that.
Oh, I get that argument, but the implication of someone donating money is that, you know, you pay the piper, you get to call the tune, and so but
well,
not
this
always.
was a conditionless donation because it was an educational show that I had, Neuro TV, and so to me it was no problem. And I've talked to the media back then. I remember receiving a call from a mainstream media journalist, and he was like, "Do you mind about the fact that he has committed crimes?" But I was like, I do not support crimes, but I will not refuse money for a non-profit in the US that does good work, even if it comes from a bad person. I would take a check directly from the devil.
Isn't that like what Jews say? Like, I'll take money from the devil. Money's money, bro.
You might have.
All right, I just want to say,
bro, what the fuck did he say about my girl Grimes? He said something about Grimes.
He did not say anything about Grimes. He
said Grimes.
He said, well, he's French, so him saying Grimes means crimes.
Fuck you, Sork.
My girl.
Go with it.
You don't no. you don't pretend to know Grimes. She's too cool
dude, I like Grimes.
Me too. I followed her back on Tumblr days.
She's fucking tight, dude. That's the only woman that I'd seen and said I want to be her.
Well, she probably is tight. Anyways, so this octopus shit, I really want. Hold on.
You want to go down each leg
Coffee
of
hits.
the octopus? Each tentacle?
Oh my god, I don't care about a list of books. All right, so I need the information for this, and I brought this up last. You reminded me of it because of Epstein, but we'll save.
When do I get to see the Epstein meme that I inspired you so much with?
I literally played it.
You did?
The video?
Yeah.
I played it, Lou.
Okay.
Yeah, that from Amon's Animations.
Oh, that. Okay.
No,
I didn't know. Well, I thought I don't know. I thought you
that
meant
inspired
before.
me to that's inspired me to think of the octopus.
I thought you said it inspired you to want to make this show with me. I was
It
like,
was
fuck.
not Epstein. It was the Crowder thing. No, not the Crowder thing. It was Aquinas. We're about to go over that.
Oh yeah.
I have information on.
Yeah, dude, this shit goes deep. A fucking army colonel that was accused of fucking Satanism rituals with pedophilia.
I'm going to go over his wiki first, and then we get the other media. So, Michael Aquinas, excuse me, is a former intelligence. More people in intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this upsets me. A former intelligence officer in the police force of the Philippines. So he was probably fucking traps then, I'm assuming. He was accused of involvement in a 2000 political murder and more recently...
Getting some bussy? Is that what you're talking about?
Get some bussy.
Pussy.
And more recently was convicted of helping to transmit classified information from the United States to opposition leaders in the Philippines. Aquino's Philippine-related career included serving as deputy director of the intelligence group and a senior superintendent of the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Task Force, which is now defunct.
You know, Filipinos, they don't have their value on life is it's like half of what, or less than that, maybe.
Yeah,
last
like,
of America,
die in
you
the
know.
street and they'll just say, "Hey, can I get a cigarette off your corpse, bud?"
Yeah, so lots of shit has gone down over the years in the Philippines.
Wait, isn't the Philippines?
There's so many war stories, shit like of weird shit. Burning villages is the common one, you know.
Isn't the Philippines the place where if you're a drug addict, you can just get murdered by a citizen in the street, or is that a different country?
I think there is really strict drug laws. Yeah.
Well, I could have sworn like President Duterte. That's all I remember. I don't think that's Philippines. That's it's not the Philippines.
The most recent thing since COVID, and I don't interact with people outside, is that I hear about like Philippines is from Bobby Lee, the comedian, his wife, on their show. And I'm like, that's what I remember. I'm always like, that's what I remember of Filipino people.
Of Bobby
That sounds
Lee?
like Filipino characteristics.
But hold on. He was charged. He and Cesar Menchao were charged in connection to the killing of Bubby Dacer, a former public relations officer for Joseph Estrada. This guy, this is not. I don't give a fuck about his past. This guy was involved in the NSA. His Wikipedia is really barren for what we're about to read. But his name is Michael Aquino.
Yeah, dude. Let's just watch some the videos that I have lined up in the. There's one of them down there on the Google page too.
All right, so
Sork likes to read. He's a nerd.
I don't really like to read, but I don't want to watch another person's 30-minute video about this.
It's not 30 minutes. It's only like 10.
Well, most of the videos I looked up on YouTube were like long because they cover everything.
Bro, I sent you the list. It's only like 30 minutes worth of video and
but see,
yeah, maybe
I don't
tops.
want to watch a 30-minute video. All right, so Aquino, he was born in 1946, and he's a former lieutenant colonel in the army. He was a military intelligence officer, fucking physiological warfare, and he was a high-level Luciferian.
Bro, the first video is only 3 minutes long. Come on.
Quit crying. Founder and high priest.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, I just want to cover some of the basic shit first.
Okay.
He was a founder and high priest. Like, I wanted to play the Oprah video. He was a founder and high priest of the Temple of Set, which today is the largest neo-satanic church in America.
You haven't showed his face yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Good. Good.
But isn't that kind of
make 'em
weird?
wait.
Where America is like, especially the government workers are synonymous with like being like Christian, but yet here we got a dude that is literally the founder and high priest of Temple of Set, a neo-satanic church in America. I'm not going to say neo, I'm just going to say satanic.
Yeah, it's all new. It's all the established religion is all new.
But 1969, that's funny. 69, and he joined the Anton LaVey's Church of Satan. How do you rise through the ranks? Don't you have to donate a lot of money?
He was intelligent. Who knows?
Fuck yeah.
He probably just told him straight up, "I'm in intelligence. The military needs you to do things, influence." That's how advertising and marketing works. Like the military, it seems like, kind of influenced our culture and shit. People love this guy now.
Really?
Well, I'm not him. I mean Anton LaVey, but there's some that
people
I've
like
seen
him because one, it's fucking edgy, it's viral.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah, but also
because
people.
it was non-theistic Satanism. It was philosophy, I guess.
There was a philosophy. I think in the beginning it was a.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a theistic.
It was a show. Yeah, theistic.
It was supposed to be a theistic religion, and then like after people picked it up and said, "I don't believe fuck God. God's a piece of shit. He doesn't."
Oh, bro, I'm
exist."
stoned. I meant theatric. It was also kind of a theatric in the beginning. I think.
Well, stoned and autistic is not a good combination.
Too many words with T's and I's happen right now.
Well, I want to find something that's all T
S's.
words. But oh fuck, Aquino is a convicted child molester who is primarily, but not exclusively, Catholic. I don't know what the fuck happened right here. Catholic.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you see that? CHATHLERGE of kidnapping children across America and using them for sexual pleasure.
He's not charged.
Worship, sacrifice. He was charged with satanic practices on children too.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Fuck. I'll cover this little first part.
I don't think anything like this was brought up with like Anton LaVey that I know that I've heard of yet, that I've discovered yet. But that's crazy, huh?
So, he has venereal disease, and is still allowed to carry out rape and worship. His sexual nature mirrors that of Luciferian sexual agenda.
They said that he had a venereal disease?
Yeah, he contacted one. What the fuck was that word?
Damn, I wonder what it was. Imagine he had like what's it called? What's that worst one? With the crazy name. Fuck. Syphilis.
I thought gonorrhea was worse.
I mean, I don't know if it's the worst, but it sounds really painful, I think. Well, I remember syphilis.
So Luciferian.
It destroys your body, I believe.
Alright, so to walk back, the Luciferian sexual agenda is what they
global
said.
Homo.
His
aka global homo.
Nature's mirrors that of this. And what they say Luciferian sexual agenda is a homosexual agenda.
Global homo.
See, I don't want to hear someone's blog about being gay. I want to know what the fuck that
Luciferian
agenda is.
Click a video and you listen to what they say the Satanism is.
15. Baphomet / Lucifer and the Satanic Transgender Agenda. I just want Lucifer.
Yeah, you're going real fast with this.
I'm trying to find the actual definition and not people being upset over it.
Of what? Satanism?
Luciferian sexual agenda.
Luciferianism?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Luciferianism is just like they believe in Lucifer. He's like
that is
god of
not at all what I was looking for. He says his
god
sexual
of light.
natures mirror that of Luciferian sexual agenda. I'm trying to figure out what the agenda is.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just assuming it's satanic homosexualism. That's what Google tells me.
Yeah, and pedophilia.
And I guess there's 83 different sworn testimonies of him being a rapist. Oh, the CIA.
Wow,
The CIA
83.
backed him. In the Franklin case,
This-
Aquino was the focal point of victim testimony that the U.S. government was able to sweep under the rug. 900 witnesses were interviewed in the Presidio case, and they determined that none of the 900 witnesses were credible. That's a bullshit
Presidio,
lie.
it's a naval base in
Well, there's
California.
no I after the O, so I just I thought it's Presidio. Fuck it, I'll use your way. It sounds better.
It's nice.
So he
California, baby.
pleaded insanity and got mental health treatment rather than execution. That's crazy, dude. And he believes he's a supernatural being unable to be prosecuted and held accountable for his crimes. He's likely possessed
I don't know about this website, bro.
I don't know either, but everything...
You're reading a lot of crazy shit. That's why I'm like, go to the videos, listen to what he says first.
Well, I just wanted to cover what this person said, and I was going to back it with some other shit. Everything I did read about him from Wikipedia's and actual news websites, like ones that are used today, they do.
And we'll see.
They mirror that he's like just fucking insane and believes his religion's like true and there's spirits around him. And
yeah,
he
it's
did
like
fuck a lot of
Egyptian
kids.
based.
He helped, like he was part of a lot of murder.
Seems
plots.
so.
But
it seems so, yeah.
This little last part right here, it says, he is likely possessed by a demonic entity and has no value for human life or progression, which isn't true because he worked in the NSA, and if that was the case, he would have been fired and exposed long ago for abusing NSA.
And he wouldn't have become like a truther type, I don't know, if he would have in his later life. He just died last year.
Oh, and they're saying his name keeps popping up from pedophile cases is because it's a conspiracy. So this kind of mirrors Francis E. Declan's, because he believed the government was after him over something he probably did and deserved to be punished for. All right, so this is the word.
He was like a patsy or whatever.
Oh fuck, wrong.
Declan.
Yeah, patsy. I don't know. I think Declan was just insane. He did something stupid, didn't know he did something stupid, and got mad that he got in trouble. Aquino is a little bit different.
And read a lot of dictionaries. Well,
I just see Epstein pop up after that. After
He
I
knew a lot
typed
of
in
words.
Aquino, right here. Michael Aquino Epstein.
Wow. Yeah, he's an interesting guy, I told you, man. I didn't mean to send you down a whole crazy rabbit hole, but that's good that you did.
Well, it was interesting, and
it's good info to know, about your society, I believe.
See, none of this is related to Michael Aquino.
Look at that crazy altar. That
looks like a Fallout 76 altar.
Play it real quick. Let's see.
Para sa karagdagan detalye tungkol sa enkwentro ng mga miyembro ng PSG at hinihinalang NPA sa Arakan, Cotabato.
Yeah.
What
I will speak Ching Chong. All right, let's go subtitles. It will be auto-generated for Dutch. So, all right, looks like I'm not going to get the video like short. Oh, right here. This is the one I wanted to watch. Okay, this is Michael. This is an NSA.
Bro, I had an order. I wanted to introduce him.
And his wife. You are a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army.
Correct.
Now,
God damn
how does
it!
the
Look
Army
at his
feel
eyebrows.
about you being head of the Temple of Set?
The Army has known about my religion for the entire span of my Army career, which began in 1968. And there was a reasonable amount of curiosity
normal eyebrows
all the way along with
crazy eyebrows. Chola on a bad day eyebrows.
Chola on a bad day. Like
Yeah.
even his before he died, his eyebrows.
Yeah,
were
they're still the same. I had a friend.
Like, look at this
named
fucking eyebrows, bro.
I had a friend named Matt that had those kind of eyebrows. He was sketchy, dude. Maybe he's an Aquino.
Maybe he's an Aquino.
I ended up not being friends with him. He punched me in the face a couple times while we were trimming weed, and we were not friends anymore.
After this, I wanted to play his history in this abusing CIA and NSA assets.
Strange and unusual thing, and I've talked about it in much the same way that I've talked here today on your show about it. And other than that, the Army has paid very little attention to it, the same as it would to anybody who is, say, a follower of Hinduism or of...
You guys see this lady's lazy eye?
Anybody who...
Look at this. This is...
She's cute. I like girls with fucked up eyes.
I'm going to put our faces on this.
Makes them seem dumb. And I like that.
Who is, say, a follower of Hinduism or of
those hairstyles were
Buddhism or any other slightly unusual religion today.
So you just go about your Army duties and it's fine and okay? Yeah.
I was a follower of the Satanist Church in Chicago here. And while on Walpurgis Nacht, I was the head acolyte for that specific ceremony. And at the end of it, we wound up murdering someone. And...
No way!
I don't know, yeah. I don't know about this guy.
Oh, let's check his credentials.
That guy?
Yeah.
Did you get his name?
Guy. No, but I want the time. I'm just going to look up murder in Chicago.
Do your thing. Do your thing, Sork. Do your thing.
It's kind of hard to
warm it up, Sork. Warm it up. Right, warm it up, Sork.
1970s. Ritual.
He looks like Spock, Yoshi said. He does. He's fucking crazy, man. Let's see. Did L. Ron Hubbard have weird eyebrows too? I think he just had bushy eyebrows. Yeah, dude, I had a friend like that, and I think he was trying to fuck me. And I had him for he had been my friend for years and years and years, for like 15 years. And then in the last time I seen him, he said that we got a hotel room together to work in Oregon trimming weed.
Yeah.
And he said that he became a nudist and he's gonna go sleep naked. I'm like, okay.
That's weird.
And then he started acting like just kind of like it was gross, dude. And
that's kind of bizarre.
He punched me the next day, dude. I was like, dude, what the fuck is?
It makes
what
sense
are you? I
It
was
makes
like, what are
sense
you,
that
bro?
you know these weirdos because you're into IP2.
They're funny to watch. I'm part of it now.
I know you are.
Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately.
Someone in chat yesterday said, the other day said, "Lou, don't become a faggot like these guys." And that wasn't me that said that either, which I thought was even funnier.
That's
All
fine, yeah.
So this guy said they murdered someone after a ceremony in Chicago, Illinois. I'm assuming this is the 70s. So
you watched the videos of me that I sent, the clips to my Discord?
I just watched the one Sonic one the other day.
We could watch a couple clips if you want at some point. Yeah. It's pretty.
I feel like we're going to end up on YouTube watching shit like that anyways. But so this guy said in the 70s they murdered someone after a ritual. And I looked up 1970s ritual murder, Chicago, Illinois. This guy from the 70s or 80s, he's a part of a satanic cult known as the Ripper Crew.
Ripper Crew. Pretty cool. Skateboard?
And they abducted a girl and took her to an attic where they murdered and dismembered her.
But do you skate, brah? But do you shred the gnar, brah?
I used to.
Just kidding. No, I'm saying this guy.
Oh, well.
Ripper Crew.
He cuts off women's
if you met
breasts.
if you met a 14-year-old skater kid in here in Southern California, they'd be like, "Oh, dude, do you ride like? Is he grind?
Do you grind, brah?
You grind, brah?
You want to find me on Grindr, brah?
Yeah, maybe. They'd probably say that too, because kids are fucked up.
I don't think we're ever going to find a 1970s Chicago. Well, where?
The kids aren't all right, people. The kids aren't all right.
All right, but this guy said he was a part of a cult that murdered a girl at the end of the ritual, and he's still on Oprah talking about it, So there is no way that happened.
Well, just go on, dude. That doesn't mean that they have to
Yes, ma'am.
get arrested.
Well,
people get away with
Bob,
shit.
It would have been easy because it's satanic ritual, 1970s.
It wasn't anybody that I knew.
I know
and
gangbangers call themselves demons.
Reported
but
it. But once I reported it
they always
and
pray to God
decided that
God's gonna
to
save
quit
them
the
from
Satanist church, I started
Gangbangers
receiving
are some of the most
threatening phone
fake
calls. Anybody that I knew.
Satanists.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It wasn't anybody that I knew, and I reported it. But once I had reported it and decided that to quit the Satanist church, I started receiving threatening phone calls.
Look, Akina
People
knows
would
this
come up
guy's
to my door
bullshit.
who I didn't know, and all they'd do is say, "Go back."
I don't
to the
know. He
church,"
always has
and then
that
they'd walk
look.
away. They'd never give me their name or address
Maybe
or
he
anything.
had what his
Dude, he
beliefs
was
were-
psychological warfare. He has a he holds his cards close to his face. He has a poker
Yeah,
face.
the article typoed it and said physiological, which is even funnier to me.
This fool has a poker attitude. So I don't know who's telling the truth, but I mean these things happen, you know. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
point. You
I'm
know, this
not
guy's
denying-
dead now.
I know.
And
Well, remember when
he's
you brought it up, I even mentioned. I'm like, oh, it looks like he died recently.
yeah, but he's influenced.
Oh,
Crazy.
he created the
Through the
first
military.
church,
I mean,
American modern Church of Satan, and he was a
Yeah,
part of
and-
NSA. And I wanted to look into him, see if he tied into the octopus too, because I wanted
he
to
started.
keep going.
He started a youth membership within the military of all religions to come together, and it's just like some kind of group, you know.
That is so fucking bizarre.
It is, and he got Satanism put on as a faith on like military profiles.
I received threatening mail.
I got you.
My mail was opened. My little sister was harassed coming to and from school several times.
So what happened in the ritual where someone was murdered, and how were they murdered?
They were stabbed 7 times with knives because in
Chicago.
Yes, it was
What year?
about 8 years ago. So it was about 80, 81. And the ritual was a witch's Sabbath, and it got out of hand, and the high priest brought out these 7 daggers, and they impaled him in the form of a cross with the 7 daggers.
Was this person impaled against his or her will?
Yes.
Or did they wish to be sacrificed?
No, this was against his will. But
So how
Hold on,
did you
pause
know
it.
you weren't going to be pulled in?
So what does that mean? One in the face, one in the neck, one in the bicep, another one in the other bicep.
I would say
3, 4.
one.
Yeah,
on
1,
hand,
2, 3,
one
4.
on each hand, so that's 2. One in the neck,
And
that's
on the
3.
hands,
On the
yeah.
heart, 4.
5, 6.
Legs, that would be 2. So 6.
Insane.
Yeah, or they just stabbed him 7 times in the heart or chest.
No, he said in the sign of the cross. That's why I was trying to think of how that.
Or just double on every stab.
I'm high.
It seems like. I know.
I'm never getting high again. I knew it was a bad idea. Sork, you're a bad influence, bro.
Well, I told you I'd join you, and I did. So, all right, let's keep going.
And impaled.
that's why that's one of the reasons why I got out of the church. And the other reason why I got out of the church
Cool Boy
was,
Summers here. What's up, man?
mentally, I had a nervous breakdown after that, and I just mentally could not handle it.
How do you explain that?
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan?
Yes, sir.
And who was the grotto leader?
I don't remember his name.
You don't remember the name of a person who involved you in murder?
Not anymore, no.
Were you
Like I
prosecuted?
said, I had a nervous breakdown, and I have partial amnesia, specifically about that night. The only thing I can really remember about that night itself is that I walked in, I got my acolyte robes on, and the next thing I remember seeing was this guy laying on the table with 7 daggers sticking out of his chest.
Did you participate in the stabbing of the guy?
I don't remember.
You've made several statements that don't fit with the Church of Satan. For example, there is only one high priest. There is not a local one. We do not have any rituals.
Only one high priest. Is that you?
That for the Church of Satan was Anton LaVey. Now, it has no rituals called a witch's Sabbath, per se. It certainly does not have any ritual murder activities. And it has no title called acolyte at all. A person who is a first-degree member in the Church of Satan is referred to as a Satanist. And there are no titles such as that at all. Furthermore, I found
So you're telling him he's lying?
I'm telling him he's lying. I'm saying that he has given us statements in great detail concerning events that took place, that he has not named a single name, nor is there any record, as far as I'm aware from what he said, that the police investigated.
I do remember several of the names of the people there.
Did you tell them to the police?
Yes, I gave those names to the police, but I refused to name them on national television for two reasons. One, they might not like it and come after me again. And that scares the hell out of me.
Don't you think that they already know that you are talking about them here right now?
They may know that they may know that.
Wait a minute, how could they know that? How do they know that? Because they're watching or because they just sort of feel it?
The same reason that he would...
Because there's so many members.
Legitimate question. Legitimate question, yeah.
If he is talking...
So, Aquino asked the questions I already asked. And this guy's a bullshit. What's up, Red Man? What's up, Pool Boy? There's a lot of stories about Aquino. Yeah, but it's hard to find a Wikipedia or like actual overview of his life. Like you can only find like just people bitching about it. And YouTube videos is kind of sparse too.
About events right now on your show, and he's afraid that those people may be watching it, he would in fact place himself in greater danger by not identifying them right now than he would by allowing them to retain their anonymity and then perhaps to continue persecuting or threatening him.
Can I ask you something?
That's smart.
What happened to this victim, and were you ever prosecuted by the police?
I love the distortion of the film made that girl's chin like stretch out.
Police, and did they investigate?
I love
No, I wasn't
VHS or old
because
shit.
I was the one that went to the police. I was the only one that went to the police. The police went to the cemetery where we had that ritual, and they found the altar and a lot of the blood and some of the trappings, but they never found the body or anybody else in the coven.
What did you do with the body?
I left. I got out of there. When I realized that this guy on the altar was dead, I just
You murdered a person and then just turned and walked away? And the police said, well, as long as you talk to us about it, it's okay, but we won't.
I don't know if I was involved in the actual ritual itself.
You told us that you killed the person yourself.
No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
No, he didn't.
Oprah's lying for the dude. He said he took part in the murder. Now he's saying he doesn't know if he was involved or not. Why is Oprah lying for this dude?
It's one of Oprah's plants.
Yeah, it's one of the plants, obviously.
Fucking Oprah shady too.
Like, on top of this fucking video, we have some shit about Aquino's time in the CIA.
Nice.
In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA conducted a sinister secret program to master the science of mind control.
But if you think about Michael Aquino and Aquino and the fact that he was in the NSA.
What's up, Red?
He was in the NSA or CIA.
Thanks for coming, Red. We're talking about this guy with crazy eyebrows.
Pretty much all fucking people part of the counterintelligence communities and shit. But
bro,
this dude has.
You want to know something weird?
What?
Fuck! I just realized my friend that did that gay shit and punched me in the face the next day at work. He who had those same eyebrows. He said that his dad worked for the NSA. But I've seen pictures of his dad, and it looks exactly like him. But I wonder if, dude, that's how these things work, bro. Like, family members get each other jobs in the more elite that you get into the hierarchy of society. It's like family members and shit, you know, cousins.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if this gay fool that was because he was like a punk kid when we were in middle school, and he was already into weird shit. I think he said that he told me one time, or he told like a group of people, I think, or it was just a rumor that he stuck a porcelain banana up his ass, like a on the dining room table, just like a decoration banana.
Yeah.
And put it up his ass. This kid was weird, man. But he ended up being cool over the years. You know somebody for so long, you're like, all right, he's cool. And then he came back like around at some point, and then he was down to go to Oregon with me and trim weed. So I was like, let's do it. And I hadn't seen him for a while, and this fool seemed gay. But yeah, his dad worked for the NSA. It's fucking crazy.
So you're saying his dad
maybe was an influence on him.
I was gonna say his dad shoved porcelain bananas up this weirdo's ass.
Up his butt, maybe. Fuck.
No, but that's funny how you made a comment that people in upper class society keep their family like in the
They're all related.
Yeah, and that they're all weirdos, like sexual weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have something that like after this, it kind of speaking of like government and being weird. There's an author and types of shit in France in the 1700s I wanted to cover because it's bizarre and dark. But that's funny that you said that. Like, you know, the higher up in society
What's up, Shrimp?
you are, the weirder your sexual perversions are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's because it's a tolerance thing. People blow out their tolerance, and then they need to find some more crazy kick.
I don't think that has anything to do with your place inside. I think it's the fact that you have more freedom and that you're more repressed and conservative. So when you're able to have that one chance to let all that shit out that you pent up and repressed, it comes out and you have no limit or gauge of what's normal or regular. So you just go way too far with it.
Yeah.
But let's see more about this brainwashing.
While the secret studies might sound like the stuff of horror science fiction, sometimes the truth is even stranger.
Psychedelic. Just kidding. That's a cool picture, though.
I completely
Beginning in
agree.
1945, American and British organizations teamed up to gather as much military, scientific, and technological research as possible throughout occupied Germany. As German research facilities were seized, Allied force groups began to confiscate war-related documents and materials and interrogate scientists. One particular document was the Ozenberg List, a catalog of scientists and engineers working at the service of the Third Reich. Run by the Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency, or JIOA, the covert operation dubbed Operation Overcast, then renamed Operation Paperclip, involved having 1,600 German scientists and their families brought to the US during the Cold War to work on America's behalf. The objective was to use German intelligence to develop America's arsenal of biological and chemical weapons, ensuring that they didn't fall in the hands of the Soviet Union. While President Harry Truman sanctioned the operation, he forbade recruiting any Nazis or Nazi supporters. In spite of this, the JIOA bypassed this directive by hiding any incriminating evidence of on an estimated thousands of US subjects, many of whom did not know exactly what they were signing up for. Some of the subjects...
Oh, no, he's not in this. This was just... I mean, I told you to go in a certain order for a reason. And now I'm stoned, so I was just letting you play it.
Well, I was gonna say we really don't need to watch a video. Like everyone knows MK Ultra was a real thing. That's why like it's popularized.
Yeah, I know. I just had it.
Experiments that used
in the playlist.
achieve their goals for MK Ultra. That's a good deep dive. But what?
Click on the one with Michael Aquino's face on the right under the glasses Oprah guy, and then I got a timestamp for that one.
If you have a specific timestamp, I'll play a little bit of it, but I wanted to watch the psyops and shit. What's the timestamp?
Sinister aspect. 6:13. This girl says that she saw Lucifer, and she realized at some point.
Situations.
This is the self-portrait, self-picture.
In London, Natalie, now 15, endured 10 years of 3 satanic rituals every week. She's never spoken of it before.
The star in the circle, what was on the floor, us kids used to stand in. and the lady who used to sort of like be in charge was at the front on an altar, and the other people used to come in black robes with hoods, and used to come in, you know, chanting, and they went round the circle, and then an animal would be killed.
Natalie's mother knew nothing of her daughter's ordeal.
Fun fact, when it comes to satanic rituals and black mass, even it's been written about since like the 18th century, and even
It's
then,
been written about.
written about, writed,
Just
readed, spoken, talked. But even back then, when they talked about black mass and rituals, none of them really talked about what the rituals were, but talked about how horrible it was and what the rituals were for. Because I did a deep dive on this, and it's just funny that until like the early / mid 1900s is when details of the actual rituals came out, and was mostly, you know, spawned by fictional media, and then turned into like, and then other actual groups take this and do it in real life, because that's their own.
They had so many. There's so many forms of torture because people feel that like it's an actual, you know, it's an actual sacrifice in a way, like fucking. You're giving a and a punishment.
Even for like
for
old
torture,
ancient
it's punishment.
societies. Oh yeah, for torture it's punishment, but for like sacrifice, even though it may not always
For
be
this,
quick,
it's sacrifice.
it was still fairly quick. Yeah, for sacrifice.
Natalie was living with her grandmother at the time, and she was one of the abusers. 2 years ago, Natalie broke free from the coven to be reunited with her horrified and now guilt-stricken mother.
She was made pregnant, and child was allowed to grow to a certain age, and then they aborted her baby, and on a sacrificial table they sacrificed the live born child, not fully developed, what people call a fetus, but as a mother I call them a child from day one.
Those appalling allegations of ritual murder are now being investigated by the police. Charges of child sex abuse against those involved have been suspended.
This looks like the outline of Donald Trump now. That's funny. Like, not even insulting him. It's just funny that it works together. But
the little shag in the back by the neck.
This has nothing to
The
do
little
with
extra.
this. I confuse this.
This is related with Michael Aquino. It's Satanism.
I know. I was thinking more of CIA.
But this happened in England.
Well, England is always getting exposed. Like every fucking month, it seems like
Yeah.
a group.
England is the worst, it seems.
My
That
favorite
of like
paranormal
people
author-
stories we hear.
My favorite paranormal author is in contact with people that was uncovering these like pedophile rings in London, or the UK, I should say. And eventually they went from that to now studying UFOs and shit because their experience of staking out the black vehicles or the like the white, just plain vehicles that go around and take kids and shit. And none of the kids survive. The kids will either be kidnapped, abused, and then adopted by a family, and then they'll be in upper class, and then they continue it. That's usually the story of how it goes. The kids that survive,
so they're like
they don't escape.
They're picked out.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah.
They're abused until they get to upper class. Then they start abusing because that's what they know, and kidnapping.
Yeah, I've heard it gets so crazy as to like they're looking for kids with certain traits, and they'll watch them for fucking a while. Like that's what did in the Madeleine McCann case, because she had a weird eye. It was really weird, actually. Her pupil was shaped differently in one eye. Like it was, I forget how it was exactly, but she had like something. Maybe it was like an extra bit of pupil in her iris or something. I forget, but yeah, people speculate that it was a genetics thing. That's why that girl was picked. It's crazy, man.
You tie with what happens in the UK and what has been exposed in the US, especially in recent times. And that
Right there in Canada about a month ago, they found a bunch of children's bodies at a church
Well, that
or
was
an old
because
reform school.
That was because like the mentally handicapped and mentally ill were getting raped or they were fucking, and since it was religious, they let the babies die. Like it was abortions and death upon birth. And now I think no, they were taking Native American, not Native Americans. What do they call the Native Americans in Canada? That equivalent. They were
Inuit.
No, like First Peoples. They're called First Peoples. They were kidnapping the kids of the First People and reforming them to like English, and there was also abuse and torture because that's what the religion, like Catholic, thought they should do.
Mm-hmm.
And that went on forever, and that's
it's
why
weird.
Those kids were found, because it was rape and then just relationships among the kids.
I met somebody that quit. They were living in, where is it, the Vatican City, and they were becoming a priest, and they quit. And they told people originally that they quit because they realized they wanted to get married, but then that person's brother told me that he heard a story that the group of priests that he was being brought up in, was exposed for pedophilia.
Oh, dude.
And fucking and this is a nice guy though. I think he quit. Well, I mean, obviously, I think he quit because he found out, he got to that certain level where he learned about what they're doing to kids, maybe, because I always questioned that, just because he wanted to have a family. I don't know. That means I've been a very godly man in my life and been in that mode where you're not worried about a family at all.
What God
And
do you
I
believe
would
in? The kite god?
and shut up. And I would think about like I don't think a guy who was so serious about his religion that he was going to become a priest. He doesn't seem like that type of guy.
I know a lot of people, if they're I guess like mentally aware enough, that if they get to a level of
he's a good man though,
degenerate shit, they just leave the church and won't talk about it. They'll just leave. Or
he's a good guy.
They listen to what they're just told and don't have any thoughts for themselves, they stay and neither partake against their will until it becomes their will, or they don't partake but they deal. And I think that does happen.
Weird, dude. Very culty.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of multi-leave.
They corner them.
MLMs and pyramid schemes. They are cult-like. A major
complicit. They make people complicit. They get them into that. They come around on both sides and corner them, and now you're now you're one of us, whether you like it or not.
Do what you're told, no matter what, or
and
listen
then
to your elders, and that never works out really. But
and Temple of Set is all about just do whatever you do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, a lot of this stuff could tie into the last part of what I like, some of the shit I wanted to show, and I wanted to say about the religion thing. Like, there's companies, religions, fucking just cults themselves, and I would even say government groups. It's like, just do what you're told. Don't question anything. If you don't live how we tell you to live, you'll never go far. And then the degeneracy that comes in, it teaches you to just that's normal, or even if it's not normal, don't say anything, because that's like your elder. Or
nobody will believe you. For one.
But
and you'll ruin your rep.
Is Michael Aquino's church based off of Satanism. Actually, it's called Setianism for this one, and it came. It's founded in 1975.
Did you even get through that whole video? You didn't even get through the whole video.
I'm not watching 7 minutes of a video, bro.
You're reading for 10 minutes.
Yeah, because we keep stopping and having discussions, Lou, the goddamn.
You got it right, finally.
Oh, Lou the gay dude, why didn't I think of that? God damn it. Alright, but Setians, as they're known, believe that Set is the one real God, and that he has aided humanity by giving them a questioning intellect, the black flame, which distinguishes them from other animal species. Oh, these are otherkin. These guys are otherkin. I bet you they're only one cut hair away from being bronies. Set is
Bronies?
held, yeah, bronies. Set is held in high esteem as a teacher whose example is to be emulated, but he is not worshipped as a deity. Highly individualistic in basis, the temple promotes the idea that practitioners should seek self-deification and thus attain an immortality of consciousness. Setians believe in the existence of magic as a force which can be manipulated through ritual. However, the nature of these rituals is not prescribed by the temple. Specifically, Aquino described Setian practices as black magic, a term which he defines idiosyncratically. That's pretty fucking crazy. Like,
pretty weird, huh?
yeah. And the character of Lucifer is presented as bringing insight to human society, a depiction of Lucifer that was inherited from John Milton's 17th century epic poem Paradise Lost. So it's like, hey, this poem's pretty cool. Our God is going to be pictured like this man.
Paradise Lost is something I've heard, a phrase I've heard for all my life.
Oh, he has a castle, Aquino. This is a
Wow.
castle in Germany.
Pays to be evil.
He established his order of the trapezoid at Wewelsburg Castle in Germany.
Oh, Wewels.
Yeah,
Wewelsburg.
Wewels.
You know what Wewels is?
No, I don't care.
That's how an autistic person says Devilsburg.
I believe in the werewolf.
Wewelsburg.
I need the werewolf bug.
The
This
Wewolf
chick is
here.
hot. Xena Shrek. Oh, dude. She's a ginger. I'd still fuck her, though. I don't like this guy's hair. It looks photoshopped right here. Is this Aquino? Oh, it's Don
What the
Webb.
fuck? He has some kind of... It almost looks like some kind of Donald Trump move where he flung it over the front. like a hat bit, like baseball hat bill.
Yeah, he swoops it over. That's fucking funny. See, I feel like this version of Satanism is just like a dude super into anime. He was like, fuck it, I'll make a satanic religion. Yeah.
I mean, these people were
the original
ahead of their times, and they're like, just do whatever you want, just do what your gut says. But that's like that was always really a minority of people that believed this way.
I think I found an anti-Jewish, like I guess red-pilled website. I picked this one because it's called brutalproof.net, and it seems so fucking funny because they have everything that we were going to cover. Oh, adrenochrome and endocrine chemicals. New Age exposed as Satanism. The New Age is nothing more than Satanism. In an episode of Oprah, Satanist Michael Aquino tells Oprah the New Age and Satanism are the same. Jesus, Yoga, Master, Buddha. Oh, the video got removed. So this website goes on about how all these guys are... I read one of the, not this page, but one of these pages says that everything's connected to Zionism. And if you're vaccinated, you are an honorary Jew. It's fucking crazy. This website gets bizarre. I figured that I could read some of their... because they rant on top of reporting shit. Like evil men waxing horses and worse. See, it talks about how Richard Ramirez was deceived by Anton LaVey's assertion into the Satanic Bible that Satanists could reign in hell. It's, you can see how, I guess, Richard Ramirez and Aquino are tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really high, aren't you?
Yeah.
But does any of this Jews are Satanists? Does this compel you?
I mean, I've heard of it before. I've heard that they
Oh, and
Like
Keto's
Jews are told that they can tell anybody a lie, basically, like it says in the Torah or something.
well,
So it doesn't really that's pretty much explains most of it. And Satanism is just like doing whatever you want. So that's like you can lie all you want as long
well,
as
you can murder someone if you're a Catholic. You can murder someone as long as you go in and confess your sins and do the cross. Sign
Really?
the cross.
Were you raised Catholic?
No, like you just listen to anybody that talks about it. It's pretty much what they say. And Aquino is a part of Rothschild Khazarian Mafia. RKM, nigga. I have so much random shit.
Maybe.
Here's
dude. What website was that?
This is called bulletproof.net.
Brutal Proof.
Brutal Proof, yeah. Brutalproof.net. But I have something that explains how Aquino, like pretty much QAnon will not speak about Aquino even though they rely on Aquino. Oh, there's also another subject we can go down.
Bro, you're getting way out there on this subject. I was
well,
just.
it ties to a lot of other shit, and that's where you branch.
I don't want you to get crazy, man.
I don't think you understand who you're talking to. I could talk about this shit and be totally fine. That's what we do on Tism Basement.
I mean, you already went down a rabbit hole because I sent you a meme. I showed you a meme.
The rabbit hole led to 5 other rabbit holes because if you keep going down a rabbit hole, you connect shit, and that was the idea, is to show that it's all fucking, all these weird, creepy people are connected. But let's talk about, we could also talk about Marquis de Sade. This guy, like, we could talk about him. This guy is a French nobleman who wrote books about rape, mutilation, and sodomy.
Wow. In the 1700s?
1785 is one of his worst works. That's where we get
Marquis de Sade.
and sadism. That's where we get it from. See, he's best known for his erotic works, which combine philosophical discourse with pornography, depicting sexual fantasies with an emphasis on violent suffering, anal sex, which he calls sodomy, crime, blasphemy against Christianity. Which is
no wonder the French are the most disgusting.
But see,
like perverse
this
people.
Kind of parallels what you said. Like, rich people are perverted. Like, they're perverted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, oh God, dude, this is like literally a parallel.
Because of excess. That's what excess does. If you don't have
it's not even
restraint.
Excess. It's just being so reserved and living by, like, especially back then, where your literal like it was how you behave in society, church, and it's like all about your family, church, and behavior in society. So you had to be super repressed. So these, this is a fictional work, but it's called 120 Days of Sodomy, or Sodom.
Sodom.
Oh, dude, the plot in this shit is insane. And this dude wrote
as
it
in Sodom of Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible.
No, Sodom is ass sex.
Yeah, no, that's sodomy. Sodom is a place. Oh my God, dude, you're gonna argue with me? I grew up and read about all this.
No, this book stands for 120 Days of Ass Sex. This is how it was used, is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, okay, maybe that's what it's about. I'm just saying Sodom is a place, and sodomy.
No one cares about Christian religion. No, I'm just saying that he uses Sodom as ass sex, not religious.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. No, I don't want to care about the 100 Years' War. But the plot to this... Am I on? Oh, fuck. 120 Days of Sodom. There we go. So, it's set in a medieval castle, and pretty much 4 rich dudes get their daughters, agree to marry them, and then kidnap, like, little boys and girls for their weird games. And then they bring in 4 prostitutes that have, like, weird ass crevices or has been so blown out that it whistles. Yeah. And these hookers tell stories to these to these kids, while the 4 rich guys like do their own weird games, which is all gross sex shit. And the story behind it is Saad was like, he was captured in the king pretty much said, lock this faggot away. So he got locked away, and he wrote this in captivity. So some of the details in the book are like really, it's super detailed, and then some of it, it's like author notes, like, hey, go back here and write this in detail, but this is what happens. And it's fucking insane. And here's how
French people are weird.
Here's how he describes the four rich Dutch guys, not Dutch guys, fucking French guys. One is a 50-year-old aristocrat who acquired his wealth by poisoning his mother for the purposes of inheritance, prescribing the same fate to his sister when she found out about his plot. Blangus is being described as being tall, strongly built, and highly sexually potent, although it is emphasized that he is a complete coward and proud of it. His name is Duc de Blangus. And there's a guy named the Bishop, who's Blangus's brother. He's a scrawny, weak man with a nasty mouth. He greatly enjoys ass sex, especially passive ass sex. And he likes to murder people while he fucks them. He refuses to have vaginal intercourse. And it's pretty much what they say. And then there's 2, 4, 6, 8 girls and 8 boys, soldiers and 4 prostitutes. And the prostitutes she had 14 children and strangled them, and then she ate. No, she didn't eat. Her ass is consumed by abscesses.
This is a work of fiction, you said, though?
Yes, but
a book.
It's a book, but he's taken he actually wrote nonfiction works about just the degeneracy of people in society and the rich people. So that like his work is fictional, but it's like it very well does happen. You know what I mean?
Based in reality.
Yeah. But the second hooker is stunted, hunchbacked, blind in one eye, and lame. So I guess lame means retarded. Another one is has no teeth. Her ass, which she's never wiped in her whole life, resembles a volcano. All of her orifices stink. And this is a 1785, by the way. The fourth one is short and heavy with hemorrhoids the size of fists hanging from her anus. She is usually drunk, vomits constantly, and has fecal incontinence. And then there's also several cooks and servants who gets fucking brought in. But anyways,
that's so disgusting,
dude. It is fucking crazy. And luckily,
so let's take a little break from this.
Well, this ties into this, like pretty much ties into everything. Like the theme is that rich people of power, just rich people in general, are fucking gross, and they always have one fall guy to take blame for all of it, and then no one asks, "What about the people that worked with you?"
Yeah.
All right, so you want to watch cat videos?
And then, no, I want to watch the rest of this.
Do not want to watch this.
Pending a full investigation into the child's satanic revelations.
They used to talk about Lucifer. They used to appear and be there. And they used to say it was for him. And I thought he was a normal person. You know, just another person, you know, who was there. But now I know, that he was a spirit or something.
It was an evil spirit.
Yeah. Well, they were all evil, weren't they?
Here now the legacy of the priesthood of Set.
This is Michael Aquino again.
In the Diabolicon of the Age of Satan is recounted the primeval sundering of the cosmos from mindless
And it's precisely that evil spirit that Aquino and his wife honor and invoke as he ordains
Dude, his
the
wife
first
is
British
smoking hot. It's so stupid.
one who is now to be ordained.
David Austin,
This
who's
guy
never been accused of any
is a
crime,
goof.
is an ex-member of the National Front and now a chef.
His high priest upon earth.
And what do they drink? It's always red. It looks like blood. Is
He's
it
been a
blood?
Satanist for 20
I mean,
years
come on.
and will now head the Temple of Set in Britain on behalf of the Aquinos.
And of beauty.
But in San Francisco, we discovered that Michael Aquino is not all he seems. For a start, he's a lieutenant colonel in the US Army and a specialist in psychological warfare, holding a top-secret military security clearance. Army investigators here at the Presidio base in San Francisco have now formally accused him of ritually abusing young children from the base's daycare center. Indeed, one young girl says she was horribly abused by both Michael and Lilith Aquino at their nearby home.
A U.S. Army chaplain made an accusation of child molestation centering on us at the Presidio of San Francisco at a time when my wife and I were...
A chaplain accused him. A chaplain is like a religious guy, like, I don't know how to say it, I guess like someone in the army that you can speak to about your religious stuff. Like, he was probably a Christian chaplain. But another army personnel accused him.
Also, they do snitch on each other.
And
That's
group
good. That's good.
and there was a group, and there was a group of people who there's a Geraldo video. It's probably oh no, I don't think Geraldo, remember Geraldo?
No. Please tell me.
Oh, Geraldo Rivera. He's an interesting guy. We'll get to him sometime. But yeah, there was a documentary or news report he made a long time ago, and they go down to where it was said that the rituals took place at the Presidio naval base. I think it was naval. I don't know. Or military base in San Francisco. And there was even like graffiti. Some Satanist kids or something had gone there to visit the ritual grounds.
It's so
but
weird. Everything is like has a ritual included into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta do something to make things happen. You know, that's like.
Well,
you got to do something. You can't just stand there.
Ritual that's made up by movies that you just took and perverted and used it as your weird sex thing. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not saying you. I'm saying you as in them.
You think they just found them from movies?
I do not think they actually have literature that tells you a real like black mask.
How to do a
ritual.
spell.
Like how to do spells, rituals, or anything. I'm pretty sure it's just who to pray to and what they do, and then you just take what you think is right, and then that gets passed on. Or
it gets passed on. It's all
that
seems.
Or media, or even books that just like fictional works that go into detail since it's fiction have been taken. Someone uses it in their nonfiction work because that's what they. You know what I mean? Like, I believe it came from somewhere fake. Based off the shit I looked into about black mass, where it originated in like late 1700s France because of witch hunters and shit. And then in the 1800s, like not much was added to it. There's a lot of demonology books back in the 17 and 1800s. And then the 1900s came, and as media became more popular, people started writing books, and someone just made up a ritual, and then someone else took it and used it for nonfiction work. Like, oh, well, this had to come from somewhere real. You know what I mean? And then it's like telephone tag. You know what I mean? Like you whisper something to somebody, and then over time, until it comes back to you, it's all changed slowly.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. But I do not think that anybody got any real like Satan said this. You know what I mean? Just like the Bible is just made up bullshit that's been passed down.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I think. I mean, if you say the Bible's bullshit, this has to be bullshit. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. It's either all real, and if that's the case, then why isn't there nothing about like written from Satan or directly someone tied to Satan? But Jesus and God and all of them got it. You know what I mean? It's either all real or it's all fake.
Mm. Yeah, who knows?
I know that was a very convoluted way to say that. All right, let's continue.
We're living 3,000 miles away in Washington, D.C.
But we have a copy of the police report, and the child appears to have identified you.
That's not true.
But as the police report shows, and the Aquinos know full well, the victim of that attack did identify them both as her abusers, to her parents, to her therapist, and to the army. Some of that ritualistic abuse is alleged to have taken place at the Aquinos' home at 2430 Leavenworth Street near the Presidio base.
I guess we're going to dox Aquinos' family.
Do it.
What's more, since that original disclosure, at least 5 other children have made identical allegations.
Well, all I can say is that we have discussed this regularly with the CID, and we have not been told of a single other child that has made such a supposed identification at all.
Well, we've been told a couple of days ago that 5 more children have since disclosed.
By whom?
By this mother, that's who. Her children were amongst the 5.
They were taken to a daycare center where Michael Aquino and...
See, I'm iffy on letting parents of children speak for the children. I'm also iffy on letting children in general make accusations.
Yeah.
Especially for children, a lot of the words get thrown at them are big words, and they aren't fully developed.
They're coachable, and they don't think for themselves.
Even without that, they're not fully developed on like how to gather context or get a theory together. Even if you don't understand some of the words, they're not developed enough to do that. And then it's like, I don't understand these words, but I understand this, so let's just assume this is what they're asking. Or even have any major concepts like ritual child abuse and satanic rituals and shit. Like,
Skipper.
They just get
Skipper.
Well,
go back to
Skip. No,
after her interview.
That's not what I'm bitching. I'm not bitching about her. I'm bitching about using kids and parents of kids when it to speak for their children.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's scary. They're putting their kid out there, kind of. Even with, I don't know. I feel like I could figure out somebody. I could figure out that girl if that was done today with by the voice but without the face,
Well, I'm saying
I'm good with voices and shit.
I'm saying letting the parents speak for their kids, because parents can be manipulative if they're using their kids. And if they're telling the truth, the kid isn't intelligent enough to fully detail and explain and handle shock and trauma better to tell the parent exactly what happened. So the parent only gets a couple key words, a couple article headlines, and then she forms an accusation and inferences and using her own bias and possible insanity. The kid isn't intelligent or developed enough to make a full coherent accusation with correct or mostly correct details, or even know not to lie and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm iffy on the subject of parents speaking for the kids and then having kids at all try to make major accusations. But we do need that to make convictions, so it's iffy. Just because the maliciousness behind using kids or kids not being able to understand some concepts.
Yeah. The numbers on this guy's crazy though. 83, you said?
83 with 900 total was interviewed, and they were all incredible. They had no creditability. There we go.
Several other adults molested them. They did rituals. They wore robes. There was chanting.
Oh, and when they say rituals, what was in the ritual? That's what I'm that also goes back to my satanic worship. The keywords
sometimes
rituals,
the kids describe.
Yeah, but it's always
that I've seen
just what you would see out of a movie or out of literary fiction. You know what I mean? It's no adults mention it unless it's oh, wasn't that on the movie Army of the Dead? It's just weird. Unless all these works of fiction, all that have the similar theme of what the ritual entails, actually came from truth. But that's just me being too philosophical with it.
There were candles. He sodomized my children.
Damn, we've been going for 2 hours
now. Made them do
now.
all kinds of things, I guess. And they've also told the Army investigators that they'd been in his house, and they disclosed what the inside of his house looked like.
Those who investigate satanic crime can face frightening consequences. Lawyer Cynthia Angel tried to subpoena Michael Aquino for a child
That's so
custody.
funny. A lawyer with the last name Angel is trying to like bury Aquino, a Satanist. That's so fucking ironic.
She might feel
Case
she might be
after
biased.
2 more children
Yeah, she's a
alleged
fucking
he'd
biased
abused them.
bitch.
Within days, she was kidnapped.
A stranger stepped into my car, pointed a gun at me, and told me to drive outside of town. I drove out of town, was shown a picture of a naked infant. I listened to a tape recording. There were infants crying, children crying, and adults chanting. The insinuation certainly was that these children and these adults were involved in some sort of satanic ritual. I was told repeatedly during this drive that should I tell anyone what I see or tell anyone what I hear or keep investigating the case that I had been investigating, that I would be killed.
This is a Scooby 331 fucking bullshit tale. No one's gonna pick her up and say, "Hey, lady investigating and trying to get us charged. Here's some baby rape and chanting. Don't tell anybody." And then they run away. Bullshit. No one's that fucking stupid that's involved in pedophilia and satanic worship. Those motherfuckers aren't that stupid. Sorry, that pisses me off. I'm MGTOWing right now.
The suggestion that this lawyer was taken out into the desert at gunpoint.
Well, that's...
Wait, Lou, you said you didn't know what a MGTOW really was, do you?
No.
All right, after this, fuck this, we're gonna MGTOW.
We don't take anybody anywhere at gunpoint. We don't threaten anybody.
Well, I'm not suggesting that you did it personally, but as a result of taking up this case, she says that she was taken out and threatened and played obscene tapes.
Well, what is the...
Well, who did it? I mean,
who is supposed to have done
Who's supposed to have done this to her?
Well,
Or
she
just...
believes it was done on your behalf.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's absolutely untrue.
Just ridiculous. It's that kind of stuff. It's that kind of stuff that is causing all the misery.
And it's a witch hunt in the classical sense, just as the witch hunts that took place here in England and in Salem, Massachusetts, in the United States.
Aquino
Isn't
is
his
now
wife
back
hot?
in America to face.
Maybe in the earlier days, but not in their 40s.
She's hot.
I beg to differ, my good man.
The military music, leaving his satanic church established in Britain.
Satanic research files.
Dale Griffiths
Yeah, I
is
was
a
looking
former
at that. That's
police
so
chief
fucking funny.
who for 17 years has investigated satanic crime. He has no doubt of the threat it poses.
I would say to my counterparts in England, ladies and gentlemen, don't assume the ostrich effect. Don't take your own Judeo-Christian backgrounds and use it. It's not what you believe. That's not important. Remember what they believe. And they are dangerous.
Protect her, Lord, from all the darkness.
So the theme of that all, I guess, is don't believe kids.
Yeah.
Don't believe children.
Children are fucking useless.
Children are stupid and don't believe them. How many you got?
I got 0, dude. Fuck kids. I don't want no kids in my life. Let's see, who's this? Giga Bear? Oh, this is the furry law cow. That's right. He's a YouTuber and doxes AAA studio developers and cries because he got banned for being a faggot. But that's not what I wanted to cover.
From video game stuff?
Yeah.
Creating?
MMOs. I know a few developers that had to deal with them. Let's see. God, I have Michael. They're calling Michael Aquino the Zodiac Killer, or a person that helped the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, somebody tried to connect him to that. I saw that, but I wasn't really interested. I don't know about that.
Have we watched? No, we didn't watch this one.
Yeah, I'm ready to eat. I need to eat some food, dude.
All right. What I want to do is
get on with my day.
Getting rid of all these very rich / governmental pedophile groups. Let's fuck me. I'm gonna do this. Take this off. I'm gonna sign in. I'm gonna play a couple a couple lighthearted videos. It's going to be like 5 minutes. Just to cleanse the palate so no one feels black-pilled. So that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to have...
About the Falklands War?
No, oh no, that was just other research. Something I found that was tied into it. Let's see. I have a lot of videos. Let's start with this.
Am I gonna see cows?
Oh, you want cows, cows, cows?
Well, I mean, I'm ready to go.
All right, one more. I know I got a good one.
I'll walk through dementia at the supermarket.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature, to be natural. And this is where we find the...
Now that we know how we flow, we can build a better show off that. And also, if we get videos, we should timestamp them so it's easier to digest. You know what I mean? I should do that.
Huh?
I said, I was commenting that now that we know how we would flow on a stream, we could build a better one around that. And if we have videos, I should timestamp them. Like, we both should timestamp videos specifically. You know what I mean? Just so we don't have to dig, because I had a couple I wanted to play, and I didn't have the timestamp, so I couldn't play the videos. Because one made a meme video about Alex Aquino and used cartoons to describe his life and times. I found it on like a Daily Motion thing. But Lou, are you doing anything tonight or tomorrow other than eating on YouTube? Your shit will be in the description.
Yeah, probably.
And what would that
tonight
be?
Or tomorrow?
Yeah. And
huh?
What are you planning on doing?
On
the internet?
I don't know. If the homie's gonna be back in LA, I would be going and getting my phone. Not on the internet.
Oh yeah, didn't you say some hot girl stole your phone?
Not a hot girl, no.
Oh, good thing she doesn't watch this, or you'll never get your phone back. She's not hot, huh?
She's just some chick, yeah.
Was it Gucci's?
No, I mean, there might be video of it in those videos I put on my Discord, but yeah. Let's watch Alex Jones.
All right, well, I will be streaming a video game later on tonight. So let's get it out of the way. But after this week, there'll be more shows. Might be at a later time. Who knows? Might be bi-weekly. And it'll be like a 4-hour ordeal with tons of content. But thanks for coming by, everybody. Lou?
Good night.
Let's listen to this Alex Jones rant.
Source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions upon people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
All right, everybody. You have a wonderful afternoon / evening / night. And stay tuned. There'll be more structure for the streams in the future. And might be like one and done subjects and not a full-blown theme of pedophile government workers. But I'll play us outro song. Let's see. Can I find the playlist? Where's my playlist? Oh, that's not what I want. Switch account. Sorcerer. Alright, here you guys go. You guys have a good one.